So hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm joined by the lovely Eileen. Eileen, thank you so much for coming.
You're very welcome.
We're going to try a little something different with the videos going forward. So I love people, as you could probably see from the videos previously, and I also love snooping in other people's makeup bags. Today we're going to be looking in Eileen's makeup bag, and I have to say that I have a beautiful array of wonderful people around me, and all of them are so inspiring, Eileen being one of them. And so I've asked Eileen to join me today to explore her makeup bag and tell me a little bit about herself. So, hi Eileen.
Hi, Mika. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. I've been excited about this since you mentioned it to me.
Yes. Eileen, you are now I have to list this out and actually count it out on my fingers as well. A singer,
yes,
a songwriter, a holistic vocal coach,
yes,
and an actress.
Yes.
So talk about doing a number of things. It seems every time I hear about you, and the reason why I hear about Eileen is because we've actually done the opposite thing. Eileen's like moved to London and I moved to Montreal.
Yes.
And so we have kind of like opposing...
It's true. We
simultaneous lives
we both
almost.
kind of went in this, different directions, but
Yes.
we've come together today, so that's really nice.
So regarding, so let's start with singer-songwriter. So you are a singer.
I'm an independent singer-songwriter. So I've been singing since I was a young child. I mean, it's just part of, I'm originally from Ghana, West Africa. That's where I was born. And I just remember being around music all day, every day, whenever the house was quiet, one of my parents would say, please go and turn on the radio. And that's what we did. And we played records, for those of you who remember what records are.
Oh, okay. We're not that old, no. You make say that.
Cassettes, CDs. I still have cassette tapes, I will not lie. Confession series. It makes me say these things.
Do you remember the mini disc? Do you remember the
Yes,
mini disc?
I do.
Oh my gosh, it's taking me back.
Yes.
Okay.
We still look good. Okay, so basically music has always been a part of my life, and it's really, I must say, it's helped me through some of my most difficult times. The style I do is sort of what I call roots revival, so it's a fusion of my West African roots with more modern jazz, soul,
okay.
Eventually the holistic vocal coaching came in because as I was doing all this, people kept asking me, I'd love, can you teach me to sing? And I'd teach you to sing? What do you mean? I'd be a horrible teacher. I'm not, I didn't think I'd be patient. I didn't think I'd be able to really explain things to people. It's really a lot of self-doubt,
Okay.
Again, I really believe that, with anyone, it's just really about really connecting with how someone learns or processes things.
Because everyone learns very differently, don't they?
Absolutely.
And the holistic idea, is that very much also about healing?
Yes, it's about healing.
So almost helping them to develop their voice and obviously also have like a physical healing aspect on their bodies?
Absolutely. I'd say, if you will, spiritual healing, mental. It depends on what the person needs at the time, and that can evolve with time as well.
So as a holistic vocal coach, do you feel people are blocked? Do you feel like their channels are blocked inside?
Absolutely.
From past experiences?
Absolutely. I mean, you can feel it. I mean, for me, I've always had this ability to sense these things, from when I was very young. And at some points in my life I couldn't explain it, but one thing I know is that my gut has never been wrong. I think it's just really about listening to someone. Sometimes we're so, especially as someone who likes to help people, I had to learn very quickly to just listen and take time to really understand what someone wants and what someone may need before trying to hammer out a solution. That's a tendency with people who always want to help. So with the holistic vocal coaching, as much as it's helped other people, it helps me as well. Because I felt just so happy after sessions. I was so happy, and you
felt uplifted?
Uplifted, and I'd leave, after the session, I'd leave feeling like I could conquer the world. And sometimes I've literally said, I feel so good. I feel like my students give me they give me so much more than what I give them. They have no idea. So I feel like it's part of my mission in life as well.
And so is there a process to working out what somebody's blockage is before you start working out how to overcome that blockage?
Yes. It's sort of a process, and it's very intuitive as well. So, you know, I'll have someone approach me about something that they're working on or something. You know, sometimes a lot of people will speak about things that they think, you know, someone will approach me with something that they think is the problem, but it's really something else. It's just helping someone become more mindful or aware of it. That's the main thing. You know, some people just want to, you know, overcome a fear. Some people just want to join the choir. Some people, and sometimes they come in thinking maybe that's what they want, and then it evolves into something else, or they recognize, no, that's not what it is. I just want to overcome, you know, my fear of being in social situations. I just want to spend time with myself and just carve out time for myself. And that's what it is. However it manifests or however the person expresses that is completely individual, you know? So for me, it's really about paying attention to the person. So you have to become a good listener, and you have to also sort of get out of your own ego or your desire to, well, this is the issue and this is how it's done. Because I did do classical music training and all that, and that's useful, but that's not the complete answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. You seem very passionate about doing the holistic vocal coaching. That seems to be definitely your passion in life, I would say.
It is. I love to help people, but I love to see people accomplish their dreams as well. Yes. And I know how it feels to really want to do something and not know how to get there, not have the support, and just to feel down. And I feel alive when someone comes up to me and says, you know, my goodness, I went through this thing, and, you know, just hearing you speak about it, you know, makes me feel like I'm going to be okay.
Yes.
And that,
and then to fill up all the spare time that you obviously have left after doing those things.
Yes.
You are also an actress.
Yes.
And I will say that Eileen, unfortunately, is not able to name drop all the different films that she's either involved in currently now or has been involved in. But when I say amazing, we're gonna go with amazing. And so hopefully, maybe in a year's time, we're going to be able to obviously be able to come back.
Yeah, tell you in the background.
A post film gossip.
Yes.
That would be lovely.
Yes, I can.
For sure. Tomorrow, Eileen's in a photo shoot, and so I'm doing her makeup for her tomorrow.
Yes.
And I would love to see what Eileen actually uses in her makeup bag. And I'm sure you must get asked from people like what you use. You must get.
I do.
You do get asked.
I do get asked.
Do you get stopped in the street ever?
It's happened, and you know, when I realized they're not trying to mug me or something.
You're like, what do you
touch my hair. Okay. Public service announcement. You know,
I know. What is that? I feel if people approach me, don't touch my hair.
Yes.
Like, we still have that boundary. You can ask me about my hair. I'm very happy to talk to you about my hair.
Absolutely.
But don't touch it.
Don't touch it. You know, just, and you know, at least introduce yourself with something.
I know. Your name?
Yeah.
How do we get on to hair touching before we even discussed your name?
No, please. You know.
Okay.
Anywho, because I will judge you quietly.
Just be real.
Yes,
just be real.
I'm not gonna lie.
Tell me something about your makeup routine that you have challenges with. Tell me about makeup. Tell me something that really just makes you struggle inside.
Doing my eyeshadows and also getting the eyebrows right, especially when I'm in a hurry.
Ah, okay.
I have to leave the house, and you know, my makeup routine, as I said, is 5 minutes. So anything longer than that means I'm doing something wrong. And I also have challenges with just finding, the main, actually even more than eyeshadows, lip color.
Lip color?
Lip color.
So lip color is a big challenge for you?
It's a big challenge. That's just my personal opinion. I don't really look great in certain reds, and I need a liner. That's just my opinion. I don't feel comfortable. I tend to shy away from reds. I go for corals and pinks, and then I'll put a lip gloss. I tend to do lip gloss more than lipstick, actually.
Yes. And it's surprising because it's funny how, as women, I think that we always come back time and time and time again to those same lip colours.
Yes.
And a lot of people just don't venture out very far when it comes to their lip colours. So I think maybe we can have a look today at finding a good lip colour, a good strong, bold lip colour for you. So the other thing I wanted to say to you was your eyebrows. Now, since I have known you, Eileen, there's one thing I have to congratulate you on, and I don't think I've ever told you this, is that your eyebrows always look on point.
Oh.
And the reason why they look on point is because you do not use black.
Thank you.
What do you use in your eyebrows?
Well, a moment of truth. I use, because I find my eyebrows are not, I don't have a lot of hair on my eyebrows. They're not very thick. I would love, big bushy eyebrows. And to give it a little bit of oomph, I do use, it's, a little smidge of pencil left, but it's Rimmel.
Rimmel?
Yes.
I love Rimmel.
Yes, I love Rimmel. Absolutely.
I love Rimmel.
It's a Rimmel pencil. So
and I like this because it has like a little brush at the end.
Yes.
On the cap.
Yes.
This is so much fun.
Yes. All about the brush. Get that shape right.
Well, honestly, every time I see your eyebrows, they always look incredible.
Thank you.
So, honestly, this goes, I think, for every time I've ever seen Eileen.
Now,
for your skin, you also said that you also have
Yes.
quite a lot of compliments on your skin.
Yes.
So, do you wear foundation every day?
No, I don't. I do have it on today, for the folks at home, or, on a special occasion with Mika. So
it's a special occasion.
Yes.
Can we have some fireworks, please?
The foundation comes out. I generally don't wear foundation when I'm just going about my day or just going, even going to events.
Okay.
But if it's something like I'm going to be on camera or I'm filming something or I'm performing, I'm on stage, I do use foundation. I found something that works with my skin, and it's actually MAC.
Okay.
Good old MAC. Pro Longwear Foundation.
Okay.
Okay. I use NC50.
NC50?
Yes. And it works with my skin.
I have a question then.
Yes.
So, have you ever had to learn the hard way that you had to wear makeup for camera? Because obviously you do a lot of camera work,
yes.
being an actress,
Yes.
being a singer.
Absolutely.
So, did you ever have a really, a life-changing experience where you saw
Yes.
yourself and you're like,
Yes.
oh...
I did.
I should have worn some makeup.
Yes.
Okay, when was that?
This was, oh my goodness, over 15 years ago. I did a photo shoot.
Okay.
I was greasy. No one told me. And I was having, skin outbreaks then too. So it was just, I was using powder, but it wasn't enough. And my skin tends to be uneven when there's less sunlight. So it was after winter. I hadn't gotten, I didn't have an even skin tone. So it was all right. It wasn't the best, and I saw the results. I wasn't very happy with it, so I learned for camera very quickly that foundation, a little light foundation would help.
Yes.
Yes, and then I went through experimenting for years and having horrible results, chalky.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So you find this really works for you, and this one is the Pro Longwear. Yeah, I've used Pro Longwear a few times.
Yes.
I like Pro Longwear. You also mentioned that one of the things that people compliment you about is your freckles and your skin. Okay.
Yes.
And so tell me what you just said to me about this one of the biggest lessons that you learned about it.
I learned to obviously embrace, my looks, and I used to, sometimes inadvertently cover up my freckles, and I learned to just let them, come through naturally. So I stopped fighting with my face.
Yes.
I actually love my freckles, and I've had people approach me. That's actually, I got the most compliments on my freckles. And I do really appreciate it because I used to be so uncomfortable about it when I was growing up.
It's funny the things I think, especially when you're younger,
Yes.
that you have an issue with, and then as you grow older, they become almost like the best feature about you.
Exactly.
And that's what I love about makeup is that, as much as it enhances your own beauty, it's also about learning to accept and love those very special and unique differences.
That's true.
That you have, that we all have in our faces.
Yes.
And so for you, it's your freckles.
It's my freckles.
So it's obviously very important that you also don't cover it up too much.
Absolutely.
And so you always have to look out for a foundation, I could imagine,
Yes.
that is also very lightweight and sheer. Do you ever find when you do TV work and when you're actressing, that the makeup artist will cover them completely?
Yes, and it does make me, deeply unhappy.
It does.
It ruins my day. But it makes me a bit not uncomfortable, but just, I'm not necessarily the most satisfied when a makeup artist does that, because I do love my freckles. There are people who've just, said, let's cover it up, and I always say, no, I'm fine with it.
Yes.
My makeup inspiration too, I look at, people who are, Kerry Washington is one of my favorite actresses.
Isn't she lovely? I love looking at her makeup.
Yes.
I like her makeup because it's always supernatural.
Exactly.
And she has the most amazing lips. Do you never find watching Kerry Washington, all you do is just look at her lips.
Look at her lips, yes.
And every time I look at her lips,
Yes.
I look at her lip colour.
Yes.
You know, and I always wonder,
too.
I wonder what the makeup artist used on her that time. And
Yes.
wonder what she used on her that time. But she
And
always
her
had
cheeks.
very, very good lip colours,
She
I find.
does. She does. I remember years ago, and I'm still looking for, you know, I have the magazine somewhere. She was on the cover of, I think it was Essence magazine, and she had, you know, very natural makeup look. And that image has been in my mind ever since. It's about 10 years ago, I believe. And it was just so natural. It fit her face. It wasn't too much. It wasn't, you know, it was perfect.
And so what lip colour do you currently use? What's like your current favourite right now?
The current favourite, it took me a while to
And it's current, right? Because it probably changes.
It changes, you know, it does change. I currently use, again, it's another MAC lipstick. It was a limited edition from Brooke Shields. And that's a red that actually I should have bought too.
I like this. This is, it's funny because when you wear it,
Yes.
actually, can you just put it on for me? I just want to see.
Sure.
And it kind of instantly gives you like a made up kind of look, I think, instantaneously.
Absolutely. I don't-
Right, blusher. Do you use blusher?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask me that.
Did you know? Did you know that question was coming?
Yes, and I was like, oh, fingers crossed. How do I approach this question? I'll just tell the truth.
Tell the truth. You
Lipstick.
use your lipstick as your blusher.
Yes, yes. And you know why? I always forget to buy blusher. I've probably owned blusher maybe twice, 3 times.
Okay, so I've got to see your technique. I have got to absolutely see your technique. We've got to do this
Goodness,
right now.
Moment of shame.
Here is, no, hardly. I would love to know how many of you out there actually use your lipstick as your blusher. Well, years and years ago, you know, when cosmetics were much more scarce, they used to use lipstick as blusher. So this
really?
is, oh my gosh, absolutely. This is like what your technique, what you're practicing is something from, this has been going on for absolutely
Old
for
school.
decades.
Yes.
Yeah, seriously old school.
Yes.
Old school crew.
Holistic, traditional,
Old school.
ancestral.
There you
way.
go. Ancestral. I love that. This is ancestral.
Okay.
When I go on holiday, it's always my intention to do that because I think that using your lipstick on your cheeks gives you like a tint which is just, it's not cream, it's not powder, it's this thing that's in between, you know? And I like that. It's kind of like a natural glow from within. That's what I think that using lipstick on your cheeks gives you. But I want to see what you do. So here's the lippy.
Yes.
Give us a demo.
Well, what I do...
So you actually draw it straight on the face?
Yeah, sometimes I'll just kind of touch it after I've done everything else. I'll just before I put on powder. So I already have my foundation on if I'm doing a special event, or if I don't have foundation, then, which is, you know, most of the time, I just kind of do 3 dots along my cheekbone.
Ah, so you do 3 dots along the cheekbone.
So I kind of touch it like this. I hope you can see. So just
I think we can see
2,
this.
3. Just a quick, you know, twist. And then I'll just kind of take my fingers and work it in. Sort of, you know, in a haphazard fashion, I think.
Haphazard? Okay.
This is my technique, okay?
I love it. Look at
Eileen,
gorgeous colour that it's giving you.
So I just kind of do this and, you know, and I go along the other cheekbone and kind of, it's kind of a circular and up and down.
This is exactly what I mean. It looks like a natural blush, such a natural blush.
Oh.
Doesn't look like any blush has been applied. Perfect.
And then of course I'll take my powder and just kind of, you know, go over it. So
kind of just takes any shine down. You feel like the powder just kind of sets it slightly.
It sets it, yes, and it stays there. And yeah, it's, I take, you know, with women, sometimes we have so much in our purses.
Absolutely.
And to take a blusher and this, so I have my lipstick anyway, and I'll just have it in my purse. And if I need a touch up, I'll just use my lipstick.
Okay.
And there we go.
So what we're going to have a little route around now in my kit.
Okay.
We're going to find the red lipstick as well that we're also going to try on and get you wearing that bold, strong, matte lipstick. So let's go have a little route around in the kit and see what we can find.
Okay.
Good. Let's do it.
Let's go.
So we found the perfect reds for Eileen. So we mixed Media and Russian reds by MAC. And this has given her the she's actually really, you're really happy about this.
I'm so happy, I'm buzzing.
You're really happy about this.
I don't want to leap out of my seat, but internally I'm celebrating.
gosh, you know, things that cosmetics can do for us.
Yes, it's been a lifetime. I mean, ever since I was, you know, wearing my mother's lipstick and, you know, trying on lipstick, I have not been able to find a red that doesn't give me anxiety about stepping out in public with it. And you've actually solved the mystery.
Yes.
Sometimes combining colors, you know, having this dark, this way,
that's the media.
That's the media, and the Russian red, very sexy, putting them together. So, and I didn't use liner. I always use liner.
Okay.
I always have my, you know, fancy Nakara
You've got
liner.
a very defined lip line. So
Yes.
Okay.
So I love it. Thank you.
My pleasure.
You are awesome, I must say.
You are an awesome model.
You're brilliant. Brilliant, as they say in London. Awesome, as they say here.
That's what they say in London. They say brilliant.
Yeah, people are still saying brilliant. Brilliant. And I think,
brilliant.
Brilliant.
We say brill. Brill.
Oh, brill. Oh, excuse
brilliant.
me.
And they do say awesome quite a lot actually in Montreal.
Yes, it's a I think a North America thing or
it's a North America thing.
So awesome.
Oh my god, awesome. Yeah. That's
So,
when I know that I truly become Canadian.
Yes, you have.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'll say brilliant. I'm probably old.
I'm gonna go brilliant.
We'll go with brilliant. I like brilliant.
Eileen, thank you for coming on the show today. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. The subscribe button is above. Just click that link and it will subscribe. And when you subscribe, it just means that, I don't know, what happens when you subscribe? You'll get a little email that will say, Mika has released a new video. That's all it is. And it's a way of showing love and support.
Yeah.
So now, I also wanted to say before we close this video, if there's anybody that you know that you would like me to look through their makeup bag and give them any advice, I can do this also anonymously. Please, send me a message, okay? Through my email, which I'll put as a link below as well. Send me a message and we can do a little discovery into somebody else's makeup bag, and I'll give you some advice about what they can do to make their makeup a little bit easier to apply and new techniques. So just holler at me. That's really old school, isn't it? Holler.
Yeah, that's fine. It works. They understand.
Does anyone still say holler these days?
I don't know. Well, you just did.